If your hair snaps at the same length all over, it's not dryness. It could be trichohexis nodosa. Under a microscope, the shaft looks like two brushes pushed together. It's linked to rare metabolic disorders like Menkes disease or prolonged copper deficiency. Most people never see this, but if it's you, don't brush it off. Coming up, a sign that looks exactly like normal aging, but isn't. Not thinning all over. Specifically, the outer third of your eyebrow disappearing. That's a textbook sign of hypothyroidism. The thyroid controls the growth phase of every hair follicle in your body. When it slows down, eyebrows signal it first. If you've noticed this pattern, add TSH to your next blood test. Next, a sign most people mistake for stress, but it has a very specific cause. A perfectly round, smooth, bald patch. No redness, no itching, no warning. That's alopecia areata. Your immune system attacks your own follicles. It can start with one coin-sized spot and stay there, or spread. It's not caused by stress directly, but stress can trigger flares in people with a genetic predisposition. See a dermatologist. Early treatment matters. The next sign is one most people notice, but almost no one acts on. Not damaged from heat, just consistently dry, rough, and slower than it used to be. Combined with fatigue, cold sensitivity, or weight gain, this is a thyroid picture. The thyroid regulates how fast cells divide, including follicle cells. A slow thyroid means slow, brittle hair. Get your TSH and free T4 checked. Up next, a sign that shows up months after something that happened to your body. Not today. You had surgery, a bad illness, gave birth, crashed a diet, and then 3 or 4 months later, your hair started falling out in handfuls. This is telogen effluvium. The shock pushed a large number of follicles into the resting phase all at once. The shedding feels alarming, but in most cases it reverses within 6 months once the trigger is gone. The next one is also about shedding, but the cause is different, and it doesn't go away on its own. Your hair grows. You can feel the new length, but then it snaps. It never actually gets longer. This is almost always a nutrient problem. Low biotin, zinc, or omega-3s. Hair shaft strength depends on these. Check your diet first. If you eat very little protein or fat, that's your answer. If you do eat well, get your zinc levels tested. Stay with me. The next 3 signs all involve shedding, but each one has a different cause. Knowing which one you have changes everything. Dandruff alone is usually a yeast imbalance on the scalp, but when flaking comes with noticeable thinning, you're likely dealing with seborrheic dermatitis causing inflammation around the follicle. Low zinc and vitamin B6 both make this worse. Antifungal shampoo handles the flaking. The deficiency needs to be addressed separately. Now we're getting to the big 3. This next one affects millions of people who don't even know they have it. Hair shedding combined with tiredness, feeling cold, pale skin, or shortness of breath. This is iron deficiency, and hair is one of its most reliable early signs. Follicles are one of the most metabolically active tissues in the body. When iron is low, the body cuts off supply to them first. The key test here is ferritin, not just hemoglobin. You can have normal hemoglobin and dangerously low ferritin. Only 2 more to go. And the last one is the most important thing I'll tell you today. The hairline receding at the temples, a part that's slowly getting wider. In men, this is androgenetic alopecia, the classic pattern. In women, it looks slightly different. Diffuse thinning at the crown, with the hairline mostly intact. Both are driven by sensitivity to DHT, a derivative of testosterone. It runs in families, but it can be slowed significantly. Early treatment works far better than late treatment. Don't wait. And now, the most common sign of all. Over 1 billion people have it, and most of them have no idea. Not a pattern, not a patch, just less hair than there used to be. It's happening slowly, maybe over years. This is the presentation of iron deficiency anemia, vitamin D deficiency, or low protein intake. The 3 most common nutritional gaps globally. There's no dramatic symptom, just slow, quiet thinning that's easy to explain away. It's also the most treatable. Fix the deficiency, and hair recovers. If any of this sounds familiar, here's the panel worth running. Ferritin, the most sensitive marker for iron stores, not just anemia. Complete blood count, TSH and free T4, thyroid function. Vitamin D, most people in northern countries are low. Zinc and magnesium, vitamin B12 and folate. Total protein and albumin, if you suspect low dietary protein. Take this list to your doctor. Most of these are covered by basic insurance. Protein. Hair is mostly keratin, which is protein. Iron, from meat, legumes, leafy greens. Zinc, from nuts, seeds, shellfish. Biotin, eggs, avocado, liver. Omega-3s, fatty fish, flaxseed oil. Vitamin D, sunlight, or supplements especially in winter. And one practical note, heat styling and chemical treatments don't cause deficiency shedding, but they do make existing weakness much more visible. Hair doesn't diagnose. Doctors and lab tests do that. But hair notices. A rare breakage pattern, a missing eyebrow edge, a slow tide of thinning. These are signals worth taking seriously. The good news is that most of them have a simple fix. One blood test, one missing mineral. Run your fingers through your hair one more time. If something's off, go find out why. If this was helpful, hit like. It helps the channel grow. Subscribe, because next week we're looking at what your skin is trying to tell you. See you then.